take fully used up at that point, but normally yesterday evening then I might sit down and have a bag of crisps or something. So it made me more aware of that, and I didn't have the crisps then. So it was a good start.
Perfect.
But the
I
weather was
agree.
nice.
It definitely makes you not snack more because you sort of think, no, I've used them all up. I can't have it. Damn it.
Without a doubt, yeah, it was good. It was an eye opener now.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. It does, like Kelly, what you just said there. Just by the simple action of tracking and noticing what's going in, you will make a better decision. You'll be like, oh, fuck, well, something I mightn't quite want to put in there. I won't put in there now because it doesn't fit inside what you're supposed to be doing and this, that, and the other. So it just brings awareness, which is kind of the most important thing.
Yeah.
Perfect. Catherine, what's the crack?
I've just taken a break from work, so it's nothing crazy. Just done a couple of walks to try to get to these 10,000 steps today. I'm struggling. I need to in the morning and do a walk or something. So by the time I get home, it's locked down.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've got to switch it up a bit.
Exactly. Just break it up into a couple of 10-minute blocks a day.
Yeah, I do. I still can't get there. I walk the dog 3 times a day and I'm still a couple of thousand short.
Really?
So anyway, I'll work it out. I need to do the sums a bit better, I think.
Yeah. Walk for fucking longer.
Exactly. Do 2 walks instead of 1.
3 minutes extra on each of those fucking walks. Done.
I know. I feel bad though because I'm at work and they just because I never ever leave my desk, and all of a sudden now I'm out for half-hour walks and 20-minute walks here and there. I think they think I've lost my marbles.
No, doesn't matter what they think. It's what you do. That's all that matters. Giddy up.
They need to invest and buy you a standing desk so you can just march on the spot at work.
I know. That's true. I've got one at home and I never use it, but maybe that's what I should do. Do like steps at home behind my desk.
Yeah, fuck yeah. On the spot. I don't give a shit if you're wearing the whole of the house up and down as long as you get the fucking steps. Because curfew
I did that the other night. I thought of you and I was like, oh my God, I was doing laps up and down my hallway. My husband was like, what are you doing?
Whatever works.
Like,
Whatever
crazy
works.
Irish guy's going to get stuck into me if I don't do this.
Fact.
Well, funny enough, the weather yesterday evening was lovely here, so it was nice out for the walk, but I can see myself, I'll be up and down the hallway, so we'll probably this evening.
Yeah. Well, back from being at home, man, I reckon you're going to be like wearing the tiles up and down the hall. Going, like, when does it ever the sun shine in Ireland? Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Giddy up. Chris, what's the crack? You have a big bib on you there? Are you about to make a mess?
No, I just realised that I had another Jim's jumper on.
That's okay. We're not racist. Other gyms are allowed. Big 5 Fitness, giddy up. That's all right, Chris. That's all right. What's been going on?
Nothing much. So just doing all my walking. Probably without snacking, I'm struggling to eat all of the calories.
Okay.
But, if I could like wolf down a packet of crisps and a couple of biscuits and a glass of wine, and a bit of cheese, I'd be, nailing it and then some. So I think I've just got to find a way to get more good calories in the meals.
Yeah.
But I'm 1 kilo away from double digits, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Giddy up. Well done. I like to hear that. Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. Haven't been that for like 2 years. So, I mean, I got up from like what I was and then now coming down. But yeah, I still haven't done any of the workouts. So I need to get onto that. But
you're getting like millions of steps a day, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm very I get up at like 5:30 and I've pretty much done my 10,000 by the time I get back.
That's good. Listen, don't stress on those workouts. As long as the 10,000 steps are happening, remember and this is for everyone here, it's not about that hour or 20 minutes of training you get done. It's about how active you are constantly throughout the day, which makes the difference. We're raising that non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's where the goal is. And then we make sure we're eating within our calorie target. Fuck, bingo, bango. Job done. All right. Giddy up, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, welcome to the group. Giddy up. How are you going on?
Thanks. Yeah, good.
Yeah. How have you been going? I know it's only been a couple of days. Yourself and David are pretty new to the group as well. But so far, what has been the crack with yourself?
I'm probably not eating as much as what I should be. And yeah, just trying to get the time to do the steps has been a bit of a thing as well. So I've been doing some laps of the lounge room with working, just taking 5 minutes to walk around the lounge room to try and get up the steps. But yeah.
Good stuff. And I suppose it's still early days. So we'll talk a little bit about this, because I think this is a common thread about not getting the calories in that we want. I think Adrian sent me a message earlier on during the week as well, just wondering should he reduce it if he's not getting there. But I'll explain a little bit about that in a moment. Right, Mr. Gary, what's the crack?
How are you now? Hi.
Not too
What's
bad.
happening? Yeah, so that the calorie counter, geez, a great job, a really good job. I started off typing what I was normally eating, and I was way under calories. It was about 1,600.
Yeah.
So on the second or third day, I started boosting up what I was eating. It was a struggle, but I'm putting out. Yesterday and the day before, I did about 3,000 calories. I know the target was 2,600 I was supposed to do, but I just pushed myself to get more in. And it's a good way of counting calories.
Absolutely. And how did you go? I know we're chatting a wee bit anyway, but how did you go? How did you feel physically with the 3,000 calories?
A lot more energy.
Okay.
I was, I was sleeping better at night as well, because the fact that I was skipping breakfast in the morning going to work, and I was probably eating smoko or having smoko lunch and then a small dinner in the evening. I wasn't eating enough, and lack of energy. Just not sleeping right. Just the fact that I'm eating more and snacking a bit better. Yeah, you feel more productive throughout the day as well. And I started the workouts there as well. And yeah, at the first 2 days, I busted myself, but I had to give it a miss for the last 2 days. I pushed myself a bit too hard, so I did. So I'll get back into tonight now after this.
Good man. Yeah, your fucking muscles will be bursting.
Yeah, no, it's the calorie. It's a great job having that calorie thing.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, listen, A1 group. This is the few visits here at the moment. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to mute everyone so we can hear. And then what I'll do is I'm going to basically shoot a few questions out there, and we'll jump around the group. I'm going to pick on people to answer different questions. But if someone has something that they want to say, I want you to jump in there as well. Tonight's call is basically going to be I have a lot of the information together, what we're going to be putting together for the program starting next week. But I want to pick your brain. I want to know what you guys want more of, or what you're looking for. There's a few of you that have just joined. There's a few of you that have been here 2 weeks now. So I basically want to brainstorm this session and figure out what it is that is going to help you get through your sticky points. If there's challenges that pop up, what can I put in place to help with that? Right? So we'll say I'm talking directly to Gary at the moment. I'd be on a similar journey to Gary and Brian would be as well. Sometimes the struggle is getting the food in. what can I do for that? Or where can I get the calories from? Like, it's stuff like that. This is the stuff I want to know, and this is the stuff I want to make plans for. Because we have 8 weeks to work together, and it's important that we put the right stuff in there. I'll assume I'll put the things that you need in, but if I ask you, it's probably a better way to go about it. All right. Michelle, you're up. Tell me, what the fuck? And then unmute yourself there, Michelle. There we go. I can't hear you. Hold on, what have I done? Is it?
Hello. It's your fault. You
Yes.
missed it.
Yeah. I know. And
I need
Zoom.
to-
That's the number one.
I
Right,
need
go.
to get into a routine, and it's about how I can get my calorie intake in from literally nothing. And it's putting the right calories in, because I'll have enough calories left today for a bottle of wine when I get home, and I really don't want to get into that every day.
Okay. Routine around getting the correct number of calories in.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. And to explain a little bit more about that, I think for a few of you, I've gone through your basal metabolic rate. Your basal metabolic rate is the number of calories that your body requires just to function. So there's a lot of like autonomic kind of responses that go on in the body. For example, your heart rate, your heartbeat, that constantly goes, and we don't want that to stop, because then it's a bit of a bollocks, isn't it? So, but your digestive system works, your nervous system, your brain constantly needs to be fed. It's for your organs. It's for your nails to grow, your hair to grow. These are all things that happen constantly, whether you're awake or asleep. So these all require energy. And if we're not putting the correct energy in there, we're adding stress. And the body starts to stress out because it's not getting enough of this energy in. And we get this energy from our food. So you stress the body out. You suppress the ability for your body to produce, for males, testosterone, for females, estrogen, and the list goes on. When you want to sleep at night, your melatonin, your serotonin, your dopamine to make you feel good. These are all important hormones that don't work correctly when we're under stress. So to remove some of that stress, we can tackle this by making sure we're eating enough. Now, your basal metabolic rate is the baseline. If you were to be in a coma, lying on a bed, and you just wanted your current bodily functions to work, this is what we need to be eating. Now, we're all active. We get up in the morning, we move, we go to work, we make food, we go shopping, we walk the dog, we do this, that, and the other. Not including exercise, like going to the gym and exercising. Our body requires an extra surplus of calories on top of our BMR. So this is where our target comes in. This is where we want to eat. And for most of you, I've already worked this one out, and I've given you that target to aim for. Now, as I've said to a lot of you, I'm not worried in the first 2 weeks whether you get that target or not. I want you to discover where you are. Once you discover where you are, then we can make the adjustments. We can figure out a plan to help people get up to the right calories, and also maybe help people get back down. So this is the first thing also that, like, first kind of, we'll say, stepping stone that we will take. Understanding the calories and getting them into the body in the right way. Is there any questions on that, on calorie intake or surplus or deficit? Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Michelle. Let me jump around the room. David, give me your challenges that you face or you have faced.
I suppose my challenge is the long working hours and lack of motivation, whether it's early morning, late evening, to get out and get active. And then working away. It's a mixture of working in the office and working away on sites and that. So the challenge is to break that habit and that routine and get out in the evenings or in the mornings, whichever it is, and get the steps in or get the exercise done. But it's a mixture of that, losing a few pounds, and getting into a better habit and more active, build up a bit of strength, improve strength. And it's a bit of all of the above that you mentioned, actually. And cutting out the crap and getting the calorie count right at the moment. Like, I suppose looking at the app there yesterday at the lunch was the highest calorie count of the day, and I could have cut out stuff there that would have helped there as well. So, but yeah, the biggest challenge is my routine and breaking that old routine and getting into a new routine.
Perfect.
Get more active.
Get more active. Good man. Well, that's definitely something. And I'll say this to the group as well. We all have a routine currently. You got to pick in your routine what's working, even from your old routine. Because there is positives there. There is stuff that you already do, and we want to build on that. We don't want to completely scrap what you're doing and rebuild another one. That's not the idea of this. We build on what we're currently doing to improve. Remember, as I've always said, it's the good, better, best. If we're doing something good, we can make it better. If we're doing it better, we can make it the best. All right? And don't shoot yourself in the foot if you fall off the wagon on a stage, or something goes wrong, or you overshoot your calories, or you have a little bit of a blowout. Don't shoot yourself for that. Just remember, the week doesn't have to start on Monday. The week can start any day of the week. Fucking, you have a midweek session on a Wednesday night and you get a bit loose around the house. Good on you. Fucking good on you. Start the work again on Thursday. Simple as. All right.
Yeah.
Giddy up, David. Thanks for that. All right. Let's go to Kelly this time. Alana, have I fucked up here again now?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. Yes. Yeah. Can everyone else?
Hi.
Yeah, perfect.
For me, I guess it's about someone keeping me accountable.
Yep.
And keeping me on track. Like, I know if someone's checking in, like, this group is so helpful to me, because if I know other people are doing it and other people are in the same boat and we're kind of all checking in on each other, it kind of keeps me going and keeps me active. So I guess for me, accountability is one, and also maybe just some guidance around workouts and stuff, because I do enjoy doing workouts. At the moment, I just keep doing like kind of little 15-minute hits online because I'm just so unfit that is just absolutely killing me. But kind of when I get my weight set, so I guess it's about more just maybe kind of tailoring some workouts around that I can do to actually kind of start, getting the body in the shape that I want it to be. And
places are you looking for?
Ooh. What kind of places are you looking for?
That was my watch. Just went on a random.
You planning holidays? Have you got a secret? Have you got a secret exit out of Melbourne? Like, what the fuck?
So yeah, they're probably two things for me.
Fantastic. Okay, perfect. And just regarding workouts and stuff, so we have. I'm going to be constructing two types of workout for your groups. I have my Jacked and Juicy, which some of you may already know about, but it's a particular kind of like muscle building sort of scenario. And I'm going to say this as a global thing also, like building muscle is always going to be an advantage, because if you're going to build muscle in the body, you're going to turn your body into a calorie burning machine. 1 extra kilo on your 1 extra kilo of muscle across your entire body is going to burn an extra 200 calories a day. So imagine, for example, your basal metabolic rate currently is 1600. If you put a kilo of muscle mass on your body, you're probably going to raise your basal metabolic rate up to 1700. That means you can have extra calories. That means you can eat more. That means you can enjoy even more stuff. So building muscle is always going to be an advantage. So that will be one style of program I will be putting up. Then I'll be putting up a kind of a cardio, CrossFit / HIIT type training. And that's more of, it'll still be resistant based. It'll still require using some sort of weights, maybe rubber bands or dumbbells or something like that. But it's more a fast paced type thing, and also time efficient. It will be based in and around 20 minutes of work. There'll be shorter ones than 20 minutes, but majority of them won't go over 20 minutes. So you can decide. There will be 2 lists of workouts. There'll be a workout demo explanation spreadsheet, and that's a live document. So you can go in there at any stage and be like, what is this dickhead talking about? What is a fucking rear face, reverse lunge, like karate chop, action movement? You'll be like, whatever the fuck. So it'll all be there. So you can choose. Now for Gary and Brian, I'll be saying to them, they will go directly down the route of the muscle building or bodybuilding Jacked and Juicy program. For anyone else, if you want to talk to me at any stage about what should I choose, I will say start, if you're getting back into movement and exercise, start with the CrossFit HIIT workouts. Then later on, I will be definitely saying try and add in a day or 2 of the Jacked and Juicy into the what you're currently working at, because as I said, building muscle will always be an advantage. You're going to protect your joints, you're going to make yourself stronger, you're going to be fucking harder to kill. Simple as. All right, Kel.
Thank you.
Giddy up. All right, Catherine, let's jump to you. Have I fucked up again?
No, we have to unmute ourselves, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit of everything for me as well, but also like I'm struggling with the routine. That's my probably biggest issue. Yeah. And work, like I work long hours as well, but yeah, for some reason I just cannot drag my ass out of bed and do my exercise in the morning at the moment. So I don't know why. It's just like so to understand why the hell I can't do, I know that would help me, but I just cannot get out of bed. And I could be so much more productive I think, push myself. But yeah, I've just struggled with, I realized that I barely eat any calories at all. So that's massive for me. And I've also struggled to, work out the calories if you're making meals as well. It's not like you go and buy something and the calories are written on the back, but I did see your video, so I'll have to get onto that. And I'm a bit of I don't know, just procrastinating. It's quite overwhelming because I feel like I've got such a long way to go, and so much fitness to gain and weight to lose. But I think for me, just getting in a routine, and once I get going, but understanding why the hell I just can't get cracking is probably my biggest mental block. But hopefully I'll get there.
You will, of course. And again, I'm going to say this, it's like, it's not about getting there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because for us all, and myself included, the fitness journey never stops. Like,
True.
I'm not at my optimal fitness at all yet. Will I ever be there? Because you can always be fitter. You can always be stronger. There's always something to work towards. There's always something to gain. I remember when I done my CrossFit Level 1 course for the second time, because you have to repeat it every 5 years. There was a guy there called Brett Fort, and he explained about weightlifting. Olympic weightlifting is a massive part of CrossFit and powerlifting and stuff like that. And you're not always going to go into the gym, and you're not always going to hit a PB. You're not always going to get to that next weight. And if that's what you're only looking for, you're going to be bitterly disappointed very, very quickly. But he said to us all, weightlifting and training is a lot like fishing. You got to love the process.
Yeah, I think that's where I get stuck. I'm too focused on the end goal and not on everything in between, which is how I probably live my life. So it's a bit of a psychological thing to undo, perhaps.
course, yeah, and I don't want to burst your bubble. It's just after asking me in 10 minutes. In case we get cut off, I'll send another link to the group because it just popped up there. I'm too tight to pay for premium. And I don't want to burst your bubble or anything by saying this, but it's like it'll be never ending. Where we're going to with this, it continues because you're going to have a goal. But there's no end goal. You're going to have a goal, and as soon as you get close to it, like let's say where the goal is 10 yards away, and as soon as you get within like 2 yards of that goal, all of a sudden this goal changes. You're like, oh fuck, let's change it to something else, and your journey will constantly evolve in this game, and be prepared for that because we'll always be making achievements. We'll always be striving for the next thing, and that's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing. But we make sure we do it in bite-sized chunks first. If it's a weight loss thing, we go for 2 to 3 kilos at a time. If we're building muscle, we're looking for 1 kilo at a time, or like, you know, a weight on the barbell, or being able to bench that little bit heavier. It's all these little things, little wins along the way that will yield the greatest success. Giddy up. All right, Mr. Gary. A crack. Hold on now. Am I asked to unmute? Hold on there, Gary. Now unmute yourself. I'm fucking this shit up again. Or am I after muting you again now?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Yeah. Because it's lit up on my screen here that you're muted. All right. No, you unmute. Here, whatever. Yeah. Go on, keep going, Gary.
No, that's I think I'm muted myself there, but. No, pretty much the same as everyone there. It's hard to juggle everything around the long hours, working hours. So I'm kind of gone 12 hours a day. So it's hard to get the meal prep done and eating. That's my main struggles now. And what else? Yeah, just trying to get that. That's the main. If I get that, get my calories up. And then try and get the workout in the evening. Then, but it's just juggling around the work hours. It's serious, especially around here now. But getting there. So it'll be a slow process, but I'll get there.
Yeah, the old time management thing is it seems to be a very common thread between the lot of you.
Because I was as I said before, I was way under eating. I was just getting up and go, having a coffee. And just you know, not eating right, and and that's a previous said you have no energy, and once I started just prepping me meals, that's priority now, and I noticed a big difference in the last week, just the boost and up and go like, so exercise now is the next one to start next week. But
good man yourself. And with the old meal prepping thing, like. I've been doing it for a fair fucking long time now. I still cook the same shit. The stuff I've been cooking 7 years ago is what I'm cooking now. But I alter it only ever so slightly each week. But I still fuck it up. I still make it taste like arse. And you know, if you make 12 things that taste like arse, you're like, oh Jesus, here we go. But it like you develop a skill. You will learn. It's almost like you're going to be a little bit of a Jamie Oliver for a while, but not even Jamie Oliver was Jamie Oliver at the start. You know what I mean? So my thing would be the best place to start when it comes to the meal prepping is the containers you put your food into. Have them there and have them ready. Because once the containers are there, you just fucking fill them. You can fill them with stuff very simple. You can fill them with oats in the morning. Once they're there, because I found that was the biggest thing with me. I'd be like, fuck, I need to make something, and when I go to make it, I have nothing to put it into. So I either eat it all then or it goes to waste. So my advice would be, when you're making any meal, make twice as much to begin with. And then that you've saved time because you have 2 meals prepared.
Sound.
Giddy up.
Haha.
Right, Nicole, what's the crack? What can we do for you? Or what can I do you for?
I'm probably similar to everybody. More just with meal prep and trying to work meals around not just myself but the kids as well, so that I'm not preparing 5 different types of meals for everybody. That's probably going to be the hardest. Like Scott will eat what I eat, so that's not a problem. It's just more, I guess, trying to find meals that are child friendly. And not allowing them to waste. Like at the moment, if I do a cook, we generally have enough for like a leftover for one of us, like for lunch the next day. But yeah, it's it's just finding enough and also knowing how to divide that into proper portions. So like you can actually track it on MyFitnessPal.
Okay. Tracking. Yep.
Sorry, and in case you can't tell, I'm actually doing some steps while I'm on here for you. I'm walking.
And I reckon David's at the exact same thing. I love it.
Nicole just gave me a great idea there.
Yeah, 100%. I was going to ask you, Nicole. I was going to be like, are you doing your steps right now? Because if you are, I'm extremely impressed.
I'm definitely filling in step because I'm about 2,000 or something short from today. So
by the end of this call, you'll be A-okay. You'll be on target. Yeah. So and what I'm hearing here also is a little bit of maybe training around MyFitnessPal and doing bulk meals. And how to divide that in and how to do that accurately. Because that was definitely something I struggled with at the start. Okay, if I make a big fucking heap of food and I divide it up, like how do I know how many calories are gone into this? So what I wanted, because that was already on my mind, what I want to do is make some good quality videos so they're somewhat easy to understand and follow, and then we'll have a bit of a chat back, and I'll see if you guys are working on them, if it's working for you well or not. There's a few different ways of logging prepped meals into MyFitnessPal. We'll pick out a few of them and we'll hopefully nail it in the next couple of weeks anyway.
yeah, and if you can maybe put some recipe suggestions on there, just for something different. Like I know that I'm used to doing what I'm used to doing, but I'm always up for something different. And I know, obviously, you've been doing it for ages, so you would have a repertoire yourself.
I do, of 3 different meals. Porridge, rice and mince, and spuds and steak. If you've been following my Instagram for any length of time, that's all it is. Now when I get the spuds and steak, it'll either be carrots or broccoli. I like to splash out quite a bit. Oh, stop. But listen, I have
sounds good to me, that.
I know. The spuds are always a staple. They're always a staple. We could get cut off here yes, we're going to get cut off here in a second. So I'm just going to send another link into the group, and we'll rejoin up because I want to go through 1 or 2 more people, and then I want to discuss naming this group. All right. So see you back here in 2 seconds. I'll put another link up.
Cheers.